Hello, my loves. Welcome back to Love Alchemy Tarot. My name is Valentina. I am a relationship coach, clinical hypnotherapist, and a tarot card reader. And here at Love Alchemy, we do exclusively love readings. More specifically, today I want to do a twin flame reading because yesterday when I was walking my dog, I literally saw a feather fly in front of me, and I took that as a sign that the universe wants me to receive some messages from the angels about your twin flame journey. So if you are a twin flame, you can stay here, or if you believe that maybe there is some messages that you need to receive about your soulmate. Obviously soulmates and twin flames are kind of parallel journeys, and sometimes we're not quite sure, but I really wanted to see what's going on in your connection, and specifically what is blocking the union with your twin flame. I'm a twin flame myself, so I really tap into the energy of a collective that is looking to unite with their twin. But as always, the twin flame journey is not so much about creating a partnership, a life partnership with your twin, but more about coming into union with yourself. So first of all, I'm going to use this telepathy oracle card deck to check the energy that is happening in your connection, in this twin flame connection, to see what is really the message that the universe wants to send to you. And then we're going to take tarot and find out what are the actual blocks. So let's see, Spirit, tell me, what is the current energy in my collective's twin flame journey? What is happening? What do they need to know? All right, I have one more card that is needed. I'll take 3 for this particular part in the reading. So what is one more card for the energy? Actually, the universe gave me 2. So the first card that I saw that turned is commitment. So clearly this is an indication that both you and hopefully your twin is committed to this journey, that you are trying to build the pathway, the vision for this union to come true. And the message on the card is commitment is an important factor in building a successful relationship. So that's what they're trying to tell you, because the next card that I see is love. Love can conquer everything. Of course, when we are on the twin flame journey, we have moments of separation, we have moments of conflict, we sometimes lose faith that this particular partner is the right one. We sometimes confuse them with karmics, and we think that we have to go away from this connection, and this can cause a lot of confusion. And the message on this card says all seekers of truth will experience confusion. So ask the universe to provide the answers you need. If you are watching this reading and you are on the twin flame journey, it's probably because the universe has guided you towards finding an answer from spirit in terms of resolving this confusion that you might have. So I get the feeling that the collective that I'm tapping into right now, that's what my intuition is telling me, is that you are currently in separation with your partner. You maybe feel confused whether this partner is really someone that you should unite with or reunite with, and that you need to stay commitment to this, because the next card that came here in the energy check is happy. It says embrace your loving connection and be happy. So this is good news, that in the current situation, even if you are in separation with your twin, the universe is reminding you that this confusion can be resolved by asking for signs from spirit, and that you have to stay strong in your commitment to this loving connection that you have, and things will go well. So now let's take some tarot to find out what is blocking the union with this partner. So Spirit, can you tell me, for my twin flame collective that I'm currently connected to, what is currently blocking their union with their twin? So let's find out. I'm going to move the cards a little bit higher. Sorry, I cannot do a bird's eye view reading today because my ring light is a little broken. But the first card that came is the King of Pentacles in reverse. So that talks about a lack of stability, a lack of certainty in this connection. And then a second card is the Hierophant, another card of commitment. So here we go. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the Hierophant. So with these cards, once again, Hierophant also is a card that speaks of commitment, of a higher level of commitment. So maybe what it is that you've wanted from this partner, which is a critical stage in the twin flame journey. You want more commitment, usually one partner, typically the divine feminine, wants more commitment, starts to get more attached and start chasing. The other person disconnects and runs a little bit. So we definitely have the runner-chaser dynamic. But here it seems that in the current situation, even though you want commitment, you want to move this relationship to the next level, there is a lack of certainty and stability with the King of Pentacles. So maybe you are with someone who is a little bit wishy-washy, and you also have the Queen of Swords in reverse. So it's possible that you have arrived at this point, the separation between you and your partner, after some harsh words, after some conflicts, after some boundaries or the lack of boundaries. Again, it's part of the journey that sometimes the feminine starts to chase, the masculine is trying to set boundaries, and then things get a little bit heated and difficult. So give me two more cards, Spirit, to tell me what is the current block to the union of this twin divine pair. And we have two cards already. And the first one is the Three of Wands in reverse. So there is no forward movement. There is no action being taken towards completing the next step in this relationship. And you also have the Four of Cups in reverse. So the Four of Cups in reverse is a card that says maybe you've had enough of being taken for granted. Maybe you've had enough of holding grudges around this relationship and this partner. So all these blocks are really related to your desire for commitment and the fact that your partner, your twin, your significant other is not ready yet to provide that stability and certainty that the King of Pentacles represents. So with a lack of a solid foundation for this relationship, it is really difficult for you to create this next level of commitment. However, one of the messages, one of the lessons from the Hierophant is that it also, for me, represents ascension. It represents you becoming essentially the teacher for your significant other that will help them ascend. So typically the feminine leads this connection, leads the awakening and the ascension of the pair that will ultimately create the space for the divine union. So because the current barriers here are potentially harsh words, lack of forward movement in the relationship, and maybe a feeling of being taken for granted and underappreciated, that definitely can lead to a lot of conflicts. So let me see, what is the advice for my viewers? What should my viewers do to unblock this connection and move it to the next level? Give me a few more cards, please. What is the advice? What should my viewers do? What should they focus on in the next few weeks to months? All right, here we go. I've got 4 cards. I'll take one more because I like 5s as well as 3s. All right, interesting. So I'll see what cards I have. So we have a 6 of Pentacles. So in terms of advice, actually this card speaks of equal give and take. It speaks of generosity, of reaching out to the others and actually finding balance. So in this card I see this person actually giving money to some outreached hands, so to the poor, so actually offering energy to those in need, but also making sure that you stay balanced. So this card right next to all the confusion that I was talking about and the whole runner-chaser dynamic reminds me that it is important not to tip the balance, the scales too far by overdoing, by giving too much. So this reminder is really that you can really stay in that in your position to give as much as you need to give without overcompensating for the lack from the other partner. So while you can continue to hold this positive energy, this love towards your partner, you also do not want to overdo it. And the next card is Justice in reverse. So Justice in reverse speaks of the fact that maybe there hasn't been balance in this relationship, that you have been in a way mistreated. I don't mean in an abusive kind of way, but in the sense that maybe you have given more than you have received. And this imbalance will need to be corrected before this relationship can come into union. So you have here the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups obviously speaks of friendship, of party. Maybe at this point you feel that it is better to keep this relationship on sort of in the friend zone. That means not giving more than you receive, making sure that the label that you put on your relationship, even though you know that this person is your twin flame, in separation you can still think of them as a friend. But also it tells me that you really need to focus on creating your own life outside of this connection. So don't sit around waiting for this partner to simply come into your life, but go out there, create connections, hang out with friends, and just live your life, you know, fill your own cup. Because eventually this partner will or not come back to you, but that's not really the point of the union. The twin flame journey is really more about coming into union with yourself, balancing your divine masculine and feminine energy, and making sure that you are enough. That even though I haven't had any divine feminine or divine masculine energy yet, because my specific ask to the universe was about twin flames, I think that the message here is to stay in touch with yourself. Because here I have the Sun in reverse, and even though we would have preferred to see this card of happiness, of joy, of return to innocence, and everything coming into balance and into the ultimate wish fulfillment, you know, these two kids running around holding hands. This is a card that says that there is a possibility for you and your partner to unite in the future, to continue in life happily together, but at the moment this happiness is a little bit delayed. And the next card is the World. The World came kind of on the side, which means that there needs to be a complete transformation in this relationship. There needs to be learning of some lessons here, and of course part of being on a twin flame journey is to learn the lessons about how to love ourselves, how to connect with ourselves, with our divine, and definitely it is about starting a new cycle. And I just got some shivers, so it is definitely confirmation that right now you have to close a cycle. And of course, if you really do a little bit of studying and learn about the twin flame journey, it is true that it is a journey made of several cycles, of moments where we have to kind of overcome different challenges. The whole separation cycle is one that needs to end. So if you have been in multiple cycles of separation, getting back together, separation, getting back together, it means that you need to learn the lesson. The Hierophant is about learning divine lessons, is about ascending to the next level of commitment and self-development. But also with the World here, we have a message that you have to ascend. I love the design of this card. It shows a person really being surrounded by divine light, and kind of looking like ready to jump into the next chapter, whatever that next chapter might be, but looking very confident and very strong, and almost like determined to not repeat the same mistakes as before, which could be the lesson that you need to learn. So let me ask for the potential outcome. In this moment, I'm going to use the Queen of the Moon Oracle just to understand the current potential outcome between my viewers and their twin flame, their significant partner on their mind. So what is the potential outcome they can look forward to after removing these barriers, these blocks that we've identified in terms of commitment and stability, and their desire to create balance and justice, and to understand what lessons they need to learn. So let's see, what is the current potential outcome, please? Spirit. What do my viewers have to look forward to right now? So if things stay in this version of reality, what's the current potential outcome? We have one card called Nourishment. Current potential outcome, fear. Current potential outcome, please. There's definitely one particular card that wants to come out. I'll only take the ones that jump, not the ones that turn. I mean, if they turn, I will take them. One more card, Spirit. I like blue, you know that. This deck is a bit sticky, even though I've been using it a lot. I'm gonna finish this. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go, beautiful. So the first card that came for you in terms of potential outcome is nourishment. The message in this card is to actually look for the abundance of all the bounty of life. It's almost like, you know, there's a waterfall of emotion coming from the moon that could speak about the fact that your emotions may catch up with you at night, so you might feel a bit overwhelmed by all these emotions that you feel, but there's also a lot of abundance. So this, for me, even though the card doesn't speak of gratitude, it is a card that reminds us that we can nourish our emotional state and balance through understanding what we need to be grateful for in the current moment. So even though we may not be in union with our partner yet, there is so much to be grateful for. There is so much abundance around us, and even though sometimes this connection might bring up all our fears and all our shadows, I think it's important for us to always look for the light that is inside of us. So even though this card does not have any connection with the Hermit, the person that I see here is a person that is kind of caught up in the darkness of their own minds, but there is a light in here in this picture. There is almost like the light of the moon illuminating the shadows and bringing into awareness those things that need to be resolved in your own consciousness, in your own awareness about what this relationship is trying to teach you. And because I was actually asking what is the potential outcome, we have here new beginning, new moon and beginnings, literally a portal into a different version of reality, into a brighter day is here. So again, I'm getting a bit shivers on my body, so that's a reminder or a confirmation that yes, you are headed towards union, that the current blocks in this twin flame journey are simply there to teach you a lesson, are simply there to push you to the next level of development. And with the world here, this is a reminder that you can close this cycle, and once you close the cycle and you deal with the fears that are obviously keeping you up at night, there is a new beginning available for you. So to summarize, in this current state of your twin flame connection, remember to stay committed. Remember that love conquers all, so commitment and love are here. So the message for today is that even though you may feel confused, there is happiness available for you at the end of the tunnel, and there is a new beginning once you learn the lesson. So what a beautiful message today. Keep the hope, work on yourself, deal with the confusion by asking the universe to give you the right hints and information, and hopefully this reading has given you the push forward. And as a reminder, if you don't know how to do this alone, in my non-tarot work, I have created a method called the reset method that helps people overcome blocks, that identifies the block, erases them from your subconscious and from your body through a somatic reset, and then empowers you to move forward to your next level of development. So thank you for watching this reading. Thank you for comments and likes, and for sharing if this resonates with you. And also I would love to see you again in my next reading. So bye bye my twin flames, and see you next time. Thank you.